85% of Global Jewry agree that Israel is essential for a thriving Jewish future. This is Aliyah News. "69% of Jews worldwide identify anti-Semitism as the greatest challenge facing the Jewish people today, while 85% believe that Israel is essential to a thriving Jewish future. Against this backdrop, many are considering Aliyah for the first time. But what support awaits them once they arrive? Rabbi Jay Weinstein shares his insights.
Hello to all your listeners from around the world, and we have the privilege of sharing words from the holy city of Jerusalem. Israel was founded with a premise that any Jew around the world who wants to come and immigrate and live in Israel, it's our responsibility to bring them home. We now see over the last 2 years a very, very high increase in the amount of Aliyah from France, because the amount of anti-Semitism that the Jewish community is facing in France is very, very, very high. And therefore we have to be ready. So that means we have to have more people on the ground to help them open up their Aliyah files, more people to help process the Aliyah, more people to help bring them over, more flights and more people here. And of course, bringing them to Israel is only part A. And part B is, how do we make them successful in Israel? How can we make sure they can transition job-wise? How can we make sure that they're having Hebrew, Ulpan, and learning the language? So in terms of global events, certainly since October 7th and the rise of anti-Semitism, we see Aliyah grow in many of these countries.
The Jewish Agency collaborates with government ministries, local municipalities, educational institutions, employers, and non-for-profit organizations to help newcomers build successful lives in Israel. Through absorption centers, youth programs, professional training initiatives, academic support, and community building projects, the Jewish Agency works to ease the transition of life into Israel. For some OLIM, temporary absorption centers provide a valuable first step, offering housing, guidance, and practical support during the transition to life in Israel. Others choose kibbutz-based programs, where communal living fosters an immediate sense of belonging and connection to the pioneering Zionist ideals.
So wherever you're coming from, every community is in a different place. So if I backtrack for a moment, the beginning of the Russia-Ukrainian war in 2022, we've had over 100,000 Russian-speaking Jews who've made Aliyah. Many of them we literally had to save and bring them across the border and come to Israel. They were unfortunately running for their lives. So for people like that, Israel is a safe haven. And if you contrast, which is literally a contrast of day and night, during the Holocaust, Jews didn't have anywhere to go. And now wars happen and Jews have a safe and a homeland that they can come to. So for them coming to Israel, it was a safe haven. For other Jews, it's coming because they want to continue their spiritual journey over here. Or they don't want to deal with the challenges of anti-Semitism, even though it might not be a life or death challenge. Why would I want to live in a country where my children are facing this all the time, and come to a country where you can be proud to be Jewish?
The Jewish Agency also facilitates group Aliyah initiatives, enabling immigrants from the same regional community to relocate together and receive coordinated support upon arrival. While this model has historically been most common amongst Jewish communities from India and Africa, growing concerns about anti-Semitism may see similar initiatives becoming increasingly relevant for Jewish communities in Europe and North America in the years ahead.
I would say we have a lot of emphasis now on Aliyah of young adults. Young adults come with an energy. They want to, be part of society. They want to help society. And you're getting them, really at the beginning of their adult life. And we have a number of centers that are made for young adults to bring them to Israel, again, to give them the tools that they need. And with that is a lot of focus on jobs, because we know especially for young adults, successful Aliyah is around finding the right jobs here in Israel and finding your place. So we've opened a number of different courses of learning how to either to take your skills and make them applicable to Israel, or try something new. It could be within high tech. It could be, we have a chef's course. We have a medical courses. And therefore they come, they feel like they have a productive role to play over here. And, young adult Aliyah is become a very high priority for the Jewish Agency.
If I'm looking now also at, for example, American Jewry, that are considering coming, do you have tips actually for the Jewish community as well that you would provide regarding Aliyah?
So Israel wants you.
Yeah.
Israel needs you. It's a complicated time in America. I have a lot of friends and relatives, and there's a lot of changes politically and in the climate. It's not easy. I want people in America to feel that we have their back as well. So if people decide to stay in America, the Jewish Agency, Israel Christian Friends are there with you. If you decide to make your home in Israel, we're here to embrace you and to help you however we can. And you're our family, and family's there for each other.
And I would just like to say on behalf of Ebenezer International and myself, it's so wonderful to hear from you.
Toda rabah.
Toda rabah.
When asked whether Aliyah had ever been discussed in their household, 56% of European Jews said yes, rising to over 70% in the UK. This has led many to anticipate continued growth in Western Aliyah. To encourage immigration, Israel offers tax incentives for new arrivals, whilst the Jewish Agency supports integration through employment assistance, Hebrew language education, and professional training. Together, these efforts reflect Israel's vision for serving as a safe haven for Jews worldwide and strengthening their connection to their historic homeland in fulfillment of biblical prophecy. When I bring them home from the lands of their enemies, I will display my holiness amongst them for all the nations to see. Then my people will know that I am the Lord their God, because I sent them away to exile and brought them home again. I will leave none of my people behind. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Ebenezer Operation Exodus YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. See you next time.